So seriously, what if Adam had said no? So the Bible says the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. The crazy thing is that the woman gets blamed for this, right? There's no discussion of that the husband saw that it was good for food and pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desired to make one wise. Did he just blindly take the fruit and then doom all of humanity to the sin nature blindly? I don't believe so. And so if that's the case, is it possible that Adam could have said no? And if Adam had said no, how would our lives be different today if Adam had said no? So what about your business? What are you doing in your business because everybody else says that maybe you should be doing that in your business? What are you selling in your business because everybody else says that you should be selling it? What are you not selling in your business that everybody else says that you should not be selling? What are you doing in your life that everybody else says that you should be doing, but you really shouldn't be doing? What would happen if you said no to all of the negative voices in your life? What would happen if you said no to selling things you don't want to sell? What would happen if you said no to not teaching things that you don't want to teach? What would happen to your audience if you began to say no? So that's just a lead in. I want to talk about faith. Mark chapter 11, verses 23 through 24, classic faith passages. Let me go ahead and get to them. So Mark chapter 11, Matthew, Mark, nothing like being on the spot, right? This feels like it only takes a couple of seconds unless you're on the camera. So Mark 11, 23, and Jesus answering said unto them, have faith in God, for verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Well, that's a really big deal. How many times do we say no? How many times do we say no to our dreams because we say no to that passage? Because Jesus said, just don't doubt. Don't doubt. How many people are causing you to doubt? Oh, wait, are they really causing you, or are you accepting it? Look, here's the thing. I've been guilty of it, right? I've made so many decisions in my life based on what I think other people are going to think. And a lot of times it's based on what other people are going to think about what other people are going to think about what other people are going to think. Does that make sense? And at the end of the day, the results that we get they're irrational. Like, the results that we get are irrational, but we can point back to a single decision. So here's the question. Are you going to change the decisions? Because here's the thing. You can change the decisions today. I mean, seriously, you could cancel all your appointments and change the decision. You could say, you know what, I'm going to go into the woods. If there aren't woods nearby, I'm going to get a taxi and I'm going to go to the woods. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to go to a coffee shop. I'm going to get out of my atmosphere. Sometimes we have to get out of our atmosphere to get what we want, because your current atmosphere is holding you back. What if Adam had said, no, let me think about this. Let me go for a walk in the park. I mean, there was the Garden of Eden. What did they have? Like 1 million trees or something? I mean, I think it was pretty lush. What if Adam had said, you know what, I'm going to go for a walk? Or what if it was flipped? What if Adam was the one that the enemy had tricked? And then what if Eve had said no? What can you say no to in your business right now? You see, here's the thing. Everything that you don't say no to holds you back from everything that you can say yes to. Here's the question. What kind of future do you believe that you have in your business? 10 years ago, what future did you believe 10 years ago about today? Did you believe that you were going to be a worldwide speaker? Did you believe that you were going to have 10 books? Did you believe that you were going to have a coaching program with 1,000 clients? What did you believe 10 years ago? Well, why don't you have it now? So 10 years ago, you made the business plan and you said, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. What happened? You didn't say no to all the things that came in the way, because God only gives us 24 hours. I really believe this. God gives us 24 hours, and it's our responsibility for how to use them. We can sleep for 6 or 8. We can have food for 3 hours. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. But the truth of the matter is, everybody on this earth, the billionaires that live on an island, they get the same 24 hours that you do. What's the difference? Are they really that much smarter? Like, you listen to some of them talk. Are they really that much smarter? Are the politicians that make your rules, are they really that much smarter? It's possible that you're smarter than they are, but why are they controlling the money and you're not? Is it because they say no and you don't say no? Let's go back to faith. This wasn't going to be long this morning. Let's get back to faith. Therefore, I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall have them. Look, Jesus didn't say stand on your head and twinkle your toes and get on the ground and stay on your knees for 24 hours and meditate for another 24 hours and have laws of affirmation and attraction and all. Jesus didn't say that. He just said believe. Just believe. But here's the thing. If you truly believe that you're going to get something, what do? So if you were a kid, if you were 5 years old and you truly believe that you were going to be on the podium, world champion for ice skating when you're 15, what would you do with the belief? Like, you listen to some of the stories, what do they say? The kids got up at 3:30 in the morning and came and woke mama up and said, Mama, you got to take me to the skating rink so I can skate for 3 hours before school. And then when school was over, they would walk 2 miles to go to the skating rink. Would they have been on the podium if they hadn't gone? So belief at 5 years old or 6 years old or 7 years old or 10 years old or 14 years old, belief would have been nothing if they didn't do the steps. Well, look, I don't want to judge, okay? Because I've made my own mistakes over the last 10 years. I had some goals that didn't come into fruition. Why didn't they come into fruition? It's nobody's fault. God didn't stop me. And if he did stop me, it was for my own good, because I wasn't saying no to things that I should have said no to, right? So maybe I'll take that back. Maybe God did stop me, right? I don't want to say anything against God, because, I was just reading Job earlier today. Job didn't know what was going on. You may not know what's going on behind the scenes, but what you can control is what you can control. Did Adam have to take the apple? No, just because my mom used to say, if somebody did X, Y, and Z, would you go do it? So for Adam to blame Eve, for you to blame your wife, for you to blame your husband, for you to blame your childhood that you're not the worldwide speaker that you want to be, for you to blame your financial circumstances. It's one thing to blame your financial circumstances. Hey, I can't go to an expensive lunch today because my boss didn't pay me yesterday. Okay, cool. I'm all right with that. But for you to say, I can't own my niche 3 years from now, means that you're not willing to do something today. You're not willing to start walking and walking it out. I hope this isn't too negative for a morning, right? You got to believe, and it's all about belief. I really believe it's all about belief. And so here's my question. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Here's my question for you. If you haven't tuned out yet, because some people have, right? Some people got offended. I might delete this. But the truth of the matter is, if you're still here, there's an ounce of belief, isn't there? So let me ask you this. What do you want in 5 years? What do you want in 10 years? Like, what could you have in 10 years if you focused on it? Could you be the world? Oh, by the way, you know how long I believe it takes? I said 3 years a few weeks ago, but I've actually seen a couple instances very recently where it's taken 2 years. There's acceleration in the world, 2 years to go from a nobody to top in your niche. A nobody to top in your niche takes 2 years in today's current environment. Now, there's a method to this. Okay? There's a method to it, but it takes 2 years in today's environment. And the current niche leader in your niche will probably not be the leader in 2 years, because they'll burn out because of acceleration. Because of acceleration, the current leader will no longer be the leader. Doesn't mean they're bad. It means that they've topped out and then they take a break. How many of you have seen in the last 5 years, like, your the person that you follow, like none other, is no longer top of the heap. Not because they did something bad, but because they're like, well, we have 10,000 customers. I got money in the bank. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I've been working 80 hours a week. I'm going to go live on an island for a couple of years, right? So here's the question. Who's the world leader right now in your niche? World leader. What if you did everything you could to soak up everything from that person, and you did 3 interviews a day, and you did a YouTube a day, and you just did everything. That's like 1%. You just did everything. Could you be the world leader for your particular niche in 2 years? Wow, that was totally off of faith. But if that spoke to you, I sure hope it spoke to you. And I just want to give this to you. Go out there and make it happen, starting with today. Father, I just ask that anybody that's hearing me right now, that they will feel the spirit, and that they will take that spirit, and they won't just go back to scrolling YouTube. They won't just go back to scrolling uh, the feeds. They won't go back to scrolling social media. They won't go look at their calendar and go, oh, 18 people are on my schedule today, so I have to go talk to them. No, I ask that you would inspire people to go out there and make things happen, and make big things happen, so that they can have the life that you have given them, and they don't squander the last 2 decades of their life.